Welcome friends, LostScarf here. Time for a quick 10 vlog. We're late on this vlog because work, also because life. So, it's the anniversary vlog. I'm going to do it now just in case. Because on the 15th, in 4 days, I will be having back surgery. And I don't know what we're going to do after that. It's going to be 6 weeks of healing, 6 weeks of rehab. So, I'm going to be on that bed for like 6 weeks, is my understanding. They said I can sit for periods of time, so I might still stream. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably not right away. We'll see what I do. Like I'm gonna ask them a crap ton of questions tomorrow about how much sitting can I do. Should I even sit? Should I be laying down? So maybe it might be camless streams if I decide to play in bed. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. And also there's projects. Luckily, I've worked a month ahead on a bunch of our other projects, so I don't have to worry about that, like the LPs. And there's still the Amiibo tournament that I still have to work on. I've been putting certain things on the back burner, like the Amiibo tournament and drawing for October, because I knew this was coming eventually, so that I can just spend all that time while in bed on those things. So that's what's been happening. That's why I've been just streaming like a ton lately. So the anniversary is the 19th of October. So on the 19th, we'll have been doing this for 7 years. We have held at, let's see here, look at my numbers here. We broke 5,000 subs on January 25th, 2015. We had 1 million views on the 6th of June in 2015. We made 1,876 videos by that point. And we had 327 subs by that point. We broke 10,000 subs the 5th of March 2016, having made 2,489 videos and having 1.7 million views. So that's the point where we were at our peak. We hit our peak in March of 2016. At some point, I quit Smite, maybe a couple months later, I think. I'm pretty sure a couple months later. Somewhere around there, I quit. I quit Smite. Pretty sure I quit Smite somewhere around there. And so we've just been slowly going back from there. My first 100,000 Twitch views was achieved on the 16th of, apparently it's always October, 16th of October 2018. The 100,000th view was Ninjax, by the way. We got our first sub, so we were able to get, what's it called? Affiliate. In 2017, June of 2017, we got affiliate, and all of y'all subbed at some point here and there, so we've gotten a bunch of subs over the years. A bunch of them. Suicides prevented? 8. We prevented 8 suicides over 7 years. Jesus Christ. I still remember when the first one happened. We were doing Smite at the time. It's been a long time since I've told this one, probably. Quick vlog. Let me tell this story, and then I'll talk about the surgery, and then that's going to be it. Oh, right. I have to make sure. I don't think I'm going to be able... I might be able to walk by the time the election happens. Real quick. I'm trying to get... There's 2 guys I'm trying to get. Smidgen, Micah, trying to get her, and then 2 Prime will happen. And these are the 2 guests left before the election. I'm trying to get her, but she's going back to school, so she might be too busy, which is too bad, because I really like her perspective on things. And then there's 2 Prime who for sure I can get. I just got to be healthy enough to sit or lay down or whatever for a 3-hour talk with 2 Prime. We'll see about that. And then after that, I know Captain Dangerous and her husband can come on in November, so I'm really looking forward to that because I'm such a big fan of Captain Dangerous. Her prop work and her just placement of figures and everything, and her camera work is so good. I'm a real big fan of that. And then we'll try to get more just different guests after that. Artists, other kind of fields, game devs, all that stuff again. That'll be November, December, and so on from there. There's nothing I need to do a bent towards, like the election, anytime in the future. So I'm going to try again to just get a bunch of just random guests, as we always do, and we'll see what comes out of it. Eventually, we might get Jacqueline Joy again for Star Renegades, because that's the newest game they made and everything, but we'll see about that. So, the first suicide we prevented. This is the one that I always talk about, because the other ones, they happened different ways. I've talked about, like, I think the 7th or 8th suicide prevention before, because it was just some kid, and they were just going through a lot of things, and I just talked to them for an entire day, talking them down. But the first one which I don't think I've told the story in like a year or two. It was Smite. Smite did it. It was because we were playing Smite. They wanted to, like, they were just not in a good headspace. They wanted to kill themselves, and they wrote out their suicide note. They did everything. It's all prepped and ready. And I think they're just killing time until they're going to do it. Because they want to do it like late at night when no one could, stop them or anything. So they're just on YouTube. And they see there's a video for Thanatos. Is his name Thanatos or Thanos? No, Thanatos. Thanos is Marvel, maybe. Whichever name right now, it's been a while since Smite, even though he's like my best god. One of my best. So, I'll say Thanatos. So it's for Thanatos. And it's our video. And you know me, I played Thanatos a lot back in the day in Smite. I was really good at him. I'm very accurate. I was getting kills left and right. I knew what I was doing with him. I was very expressive, very funny with him. All those things. My A game was when I was doing Thanatos for sure. One of the many gods I played very well and was very entertaining. Because that's the goal, being very entertaining while also being very knowledgeable. And so they watched the video and they laughed and they enjoyed it a bunch. They really enjoyed it. And then they watched another Thanatos video, and another one, and another one. They just watched a bunch of them. And because they were so entertained and so happy and laughing so much, it got them out of the hole. And so they tore up the suicide letter, and they stopped their plans to kill themselves. We got them out of the hole. We got them out of there. Sometime later, they tell me this. It was during a stream, too. And we didn't see that stream as far as I know, but it took me back, and it felt very surreal, and it felt like the world fell away, is the way I always put it. Like, it changed my perspective on everything. It made things a little more serious for me, for sure. And it just blew my mind. And then sometime later, another person tells me that we stopped them from going over. And then another person tells us. And it's just because we try to be this entertaining place. We try to be this informative place. And I try to be this open person to help people out. Because of that, we've helped people out. And there are 8 people still here because of the channel. And that's the thing that always just makes me like, well, I don't ever want to quit this. I don't ever want to quit this. One is it's creative outlet, but another is it actually has done something important. And so I don't want to quit doing this because of that. That's what blows my mind. I really do. What was I going to talk about besides this? Oh yeah, the surgery. So they're gonna cut into me. They took my blood the other day. Took a bunch of blood out of me the other day. So they can do a bunch of tests, make sure the anesthesia works and all this stuff, my understanding. They also, Monday I'm going to do a COVID test, so tomorrow I'm going to do a COVID test. Because they want to, 3 days before surgery is the protocol now, is to do a COVID test. So that you're clear, and then they do the surgery. The only way I don't do the surgery on Thursday is if I fail the COVID test, if I get a positive on the COVID test, which would surprise me, because I'm a loner. I'm the only one around me the last, 1 to 3 months, so if it somehow happens, I got no idea how I got it. The only way is if, something at work got me. I have no idea. I have been alone at work for at least 6 weeks. So I don't know how I could possibly get it. Because it's only been me and work and no one's around me because I'm in the off shifts right now. So I have no idea if I catch it. Or it's a false positive. That's the only other thing. I hope it's not. I don't get a false positive. I also don't want to get a false negative either, of course. You want to get the actual thing. I'm hoping they do like 2 set now these days, or 3 sets, something like that. Motorcycle going by. Like, I hope they do like some sort of, because when you do drug testing, there is these little cells, and your urine goes through or your blood goes through, and it's actually like multiple chambers. So it's actually getting tested multiple times in these chambers. Like, there's the version where it's just the one because it's a cheap and easy one to do, but there is one where you do multiple in there. There's room to do that. It just takes more of the agent in there. And so you can multitest the same thing over and over again, just to be sure you didn't just do a bad batch or whatever like that. And so that's doable. And I hope to believe they're doing that with COVID so that they can just like double, triple check right then and there. And so they know, so it's not false positive or false negative. Because, of course, false negative means you have it and you're passing it around thinking you don't. False positive means you think you have it, but you don't. And that's just not helpful because then you're not doing anything productive. So hopefully it's none of those, but you just never know because false positives and false negatives have happened to people, which is very unfortunate. Uh, yeah. See what else is there. Yeah, so the surgery. So Monday I'm going to talk to them, and it's just a whole lot of what do I do? So I obviously can't slouch, I can't lean, I can't bend, I can't twist. I have to try to be like this, I guess, like this the whole time. Problem is, like when I'm streaming, I'm usually like this, which is not good, so I have to be like this the whole time, sitting back as best I can, and there you go, and try not to slouch, and things like that. 20% chance of the disc getting worse, and me needing to get fusion done. I do not want a fusion done. I have family who have fusions, and the problem is your body is compensating, the rest of your body is compensating for it, so that you need more and more and more fusions to keep you going. And I don't want to do that. I really don't. So I need to know what the hell the stretches are, when I can do stretches, of course, and all that stuff. And just how do I lay down? How do I sit down? How do I get out of bed? How do I like shower and not accidentally damage the wound area where the surgery is going to be done? Like, how do I make sure I don't damage that on accident in the shower? Like, when can I shower as well? Like, how soon after? Because of course that place is going to be worked on. So it's questions like that, and so I'm gonna get like so I don't have to move too much. I'm gonna get like a shower stick, like with the brushes, so that you just get down there and get up here and all that stuff. That's so that I'm not moving my body to do these things. I feel like rich people just have a servant do it, don't they? That's probably what they do, don't they? It's like they just have like a full medical facility, and then the people will get them out of bed, and then the people will just, I don't know, have them just roll them to a place, and then they'll wash them down and everything. Well, I just got to figure this all out on my own. Also, back brace, things like that. Well, also, how do I make sure I don't, twist in bed or anything? Because I roll a lot. So, do I just bury myself in Kirby's and just hope they keep me weighed down or something like that? Things like that. I just do not, absolutely do not want to make it worse. That's the one thing. Because the doc's like, okay, well, if you're in a hurry to get back to work, I'm like, no, 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 no hurry to get back to work. I'm in a hurry to make sure my back doesn't get worse. So, slow and steady, be smart about it. What do we do? And so they're like, all right, so if you want to be slow, you want to be smart about it, it's 3 months. I'm like, all right, 3 months of healing. Okay. 6 weeks of healing, 6 weeks of rehab. After that, they'll evaluate, and then we'll see whether I go back to work or not at that time. Sucky thing about it, of course, is not going to work. Of course, I'm not going to be making money, so that sucks totally. We have like disability, but it's like a percentage, which is barely going to be enough to survive, which sucks. But that's how that's going to be. And then with insurance, eventually we'll hopefully cover that and everything. And hopefully insurance later on, after this is all done, will just reimburse all that stuff. So it's really scary. It's an extremely scary thing having to do surgery. It's been a year since the accident, but there's nothing I could do. My body has gotten worse over time. I've been doing a lot of workout, like we know with the muscle and everything I've been building, that I've been working out as much as I can because I know I'm going to be not doing anything for 3 months. But I've tried to do as much as I can without bending or affecting my back. It's all been just isolated upper body, isolated legs, just not touching my lower back as much as I can. It's all just been isolated work. And so I've built a good amount of muscle that's going to shrivel away, that hopefully I can rebuild very quickly. But of course the big thing is I got to lose this. You can't see it very well because the camera's too high. But I've got probably about 20, 30 pounds of belly right here. I might be overestimating. Fat is lighter than muscle. So, but I can get a real good grip on myself. So there's at least 20, 30 in here, I think. I lose this belly, it'll be a really good load off on my back. And then I can see like exercises to strengthen my back and things like that. Also, just getting more muscle on my legs would probably be a good idea. Problem is, a lot of getting muscle on your legs is pushing, and pushing is not good for your back. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what I can do to make my legs better, make them stronger, try to get everything stronger, and then gradually make that part of the lower back stronger. I gotta figure all that out. I gotta talk to people smarter than me to figure that all out. Problem is, even within fitness and medicine, there's a different opinion, so it's all scary business. I also gotta figure out diet. I gotta talk to dietitians. I've been really lazy about doing that, but I gotta talk to dietitians like, okay, what can I do? Do I just eat 1800? Do I just do a deficit? Just as smart as possible deficit so that I'm not gaining fat while I'm just doing nothing? I assume that's just the general idea and just what specifically would I eat and things like that. It's a very scary thing, and it's almost here. Freaking out. So I don't know if we'll have a vlog next week or not, when the actual anniversary would be, so we'll see. But I'll be out of work for 3 months. I'll be here a lot, but I don't know how. Maybe I'll stream more, maybe I'll be doing more editing. We'll see. It really depends on how long I can sit and things like that. But they said they want me to walk around a lot. They want to make sure I walk around to get more oxygen traveling through my body, because I'm just laying there's not a lot of travel going on. So I gotta be walking around a bunch. Also because bed sores. They want me to not get bed sores either, of course. We're catching up on the old Kirby podcast stuff, remaking those for the side channel, for the Kirby channel. And the next episode is going to be Kirby's Toy Box. I'll start working on that script today. There's a lot of projects to work on. I know because of my stress and everything that I'm not working as fast or like I normally do. So I've just been slower on my production. That's also giving me more stress. That's really everything, I think. The election's almost here. There's plenty of stress from that. A bunch of crazy stuff is coming up real quick. It's gonna be nuts. I think that's everything. The last thing to say is, I know Jinx is tired of it, and I should be tired. Is just looking back and realizing we hit our peak 4 years ago, and it was all because of Smite. Smite was the big thing there. And just remembering how funny and entertaining I was then. I know I'm still entertaining now, and I feel like I'm beyond where I was then, for sure. I'm a much more entertaining and funny person than I was then. But it's not the same as it was then either, because with Smite, I was hyped the whole time, 100%. Whereas not all of our LPs are really hyped things. You can't really be hyped while doing a voice LP. You just have to perform very well, and I think we're getting better at those. Where it's gotten to where like the LPs now are more, there are big moments, but then there's also the slow moments because it's a game. A game has moments where you're not really doing too much. Whereas something like Smite is, you're constantly in combat. You're constantly just, well, of course there's farming moments too, I suppose. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much of a separation there. I think we're better than ever, but I know the energy isn't the same because of just what the game is. I don't know. I might be just putting myself in a different headspace than I should be. I think we're better than we've ever been. I think we have amazing LPs. It's just not everyone's seeing it, not everyone's sold on it. Because we're doing LPs, we're not doing some popular game. Because I never wanted to chase just do a popular game and then race to the bottom, getting as fast as you can, getting that stuff out. I wanted to have time to be built well. And I guess doing something well instead of doing something fast, it might be a weakness. Because people just want the thing now. But I stand by how good the Paper Mario voice LP is. I stand by how good a bunch of the voice LPs are. I stand by just how good a lot of content is. I think we've gotten way better quality now than we have before. I think the one-shots have better quality now. I think some of the old one-shots were just definitely worse on quality. They were just done faster. And so, I don't know. I think we're better on quality. I just have to find a way to get that to translate and get people to check us out again. We, every now and then, get some people liking us and they'll watch us regularly. And that's nice. It's just, I do miss the chaos of the big crowd. I really do. But that's it for the vlog. I went longer than I wanted to. I had fun talking to people watching and listening, and that's what it's all about, is having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.